All right, welcome back to Sports Edge. Joining us tonight, the big news in high school football this week, Coach Ed McCarthy deciding to call it a career after this season. First of all, Coach, why now? What was the process? Take us through that.
It's rather long, you want to say, process. I approached my athletic director, John Capone, last September, and I just, laid it out, my thoughts, and we basically followed the plan from there, that I wanted to go 1 year this year and finish at the end of this year, and he certainly agreed, and everything sort of fell in place from there.
Have you been thinking about it for a few years now?
No, really, not until that time, till last year around this time. It was, I don't really have a definitive reason why I am, this is my 44th year as a head coach, that's a long time, but I really sincerely feel that it's time.
Now you're going to retire from coaching after the season, but you're going to continue to teach, correct?
I'm going to teach for at least the end of this year and maybe 1 more year. We'll see.
So many years, 7 state championships, the last year getting the record for most wins. Take us back through last season. How much of a wild ride was it for you?
It was a wild ride. It certainly was. It was a really roller coaster. One of our captains had a sister, Jessie Ridgway's sister, passed away, Casey, in July of last year, and there was a lot of emotion that went on, and we lost an unbelievable, heartbreaking game in our opener against Greenwich, and then we went on a nice streak and played extremely well, and we lost by 1 point, as you know, to a very good Fairfield Prep team in the semifinals.
How long did it take you to get over that one? Have you yet?
Not as yet. Not as yet.
Tell us about this year's club. You got a quarterback you're familiar with.
Yeah, I'm sleeping with his mother, matter of fact. He's going to be all right. He's a sophomore. We're very, very young. And we do have some outstanding athletes. We're very athletic. Our team speed may be the best it's ever been. But the inexperience factor is really going to be difficult for us to overcome. But, knock on wood, we had a great winter. We had a great summer. And our preseason has gone pretty smoothly for us so far. 44
years, how much has this game changed, high school football, since, even 10 years ago? How much has it changed over the years for you?
We don't have enough time, Eric, to describe that. I kind of phrase it or sum it up by saying back when I started in the early 70s, 71 was my first year as a head coach, I'd tell the guys on Thanksgiving, okay, fellas, we'll see you for spring ball, and then after spring ball, okay, we'll see you. Now it's literally, there's not a day in the year that I'm not doing something football related. Weightlifting is a 12-month job, and just the game, the offensive schemes and everything have become so prevailing in the games that you have to spend a lot of time preparing in the off season.
Did you always know you wanted to be a football coach?
Actually, I played more baseball. I coached baseball for quite a while. I coached 10 years at St. Joe's, and I coached 7 years at Southern Connecticut as an assistant at Joe Bandier, and then I scouted for 6 years. So, I probably thought that I would stay with baseball longer than football, but just the way it turned out, and I certainly love both sports.
If someone had told you 44 years ago that you'd be a high school coach for that long, would you believe them?
Probably not, although, when I started, I just turned 25, my first game. And there were a lot of coaches around the state that I really strongly admired, and guys who had been at their respective schools for a long time, and I kind of hoped that would happen. But I was the youngest coach in the state when I started, and I'm the oldest coach in the state now when I'm getting out. So it's been quite a run.
Final thing, 326 wins, is it?
That sounds right.
Season? You got a couple guys on your tail. I mean, Coach Marinelli down in New Canaan, does he have a chance to catch you or what?
Oh, there's no question. There's no question. His son does all the work down there.
I won't edit that out. I'll keep that in for Coach Marinelli.
Lou's a great friend of mine and a great coach, and he was one of the first people who called me yesterday. But I told him that when he gets close, I'm going to make a comeback, which isn't true at all. But Lou's had a great career. We basically started at the same time, and we've never played each other, but we certainly have exchanged ideas and talked a lot about coaching philosophy over the years.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes, staying up late with us, and we look forward to spending this year with you and hopefully the best of success for your team.
Thank you, Eric. Continued success to you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Coach Ed McCarthy, we'll be right back.